Hi, I'm Chloe from Brit Co. I am so excited to talk to you about this movie. Congratulations.
Thanks, Chloe. Thanks. It looks like you might have liked it.
I loved it so much. I was so locked in and
Oh,
I was doing fine. And then I absolutely burst into tears in the last like 3 minutes.
I'm sorry. I hope it was
No,
a good cry.
it
I
was
hope
a good.
okay, good.
But given that reaction that I had, I am dying to know to start, what was the craziest reaction you got to the movie at South by Southwest from maybe a celebrity or an industry insider? Like, what was that experience like?
Oh my gosh. I mean, there's been so many. I could just give you a couple. There was someone who said she was crying so hard at home, a booker for a theater was crying so hard at home that her dogs had to come check on her, and then there was an agent slash exec who was watching at home and her husband had to come check on her, and then there was someone else who was crying so hard they laughed because they were crying so hard that, their face was just all, a mess. And they looked to their husband on the left and he was crying, so he couldn't help. And then she looked to her friend on the right and he was crying, so he couldn't help. And the whole situation was absurd. I was at the theater and I heard her laugh at a very dramatic scene. I was like, who's laughing? And she came up and told me afterwards. I was like, people have, your emotions take you strange places. So,
That's amazing.
but I think
And
we've all had a lot of laughter and tears in this. So.
oh, absolutely. One thing I've learned is emotion just kind of does whatever it wants to do. I love that. And I would love to hear also, can you kind of talk about bringing this story to life with Barbie as Lily? Because I know she's mentioned the way that y'all kind of collaborated in pre-production and kind of talked about the character of Lily. I would love to hear from you as well.
Yeah, when I was writing it, I imagined myself just because I was, trying to be as honest as possible. But in casting, it wasn't really about imagining myself. It was about it was about a level of vulnerability that Barbie obviously has and a level of humor and heart that she has. And I like to say that I wasn't casting actors, I was casting hearts. And Barbie has one of the best hearts in the whole world. So the minute I sat down with her, we just started sharing our stories, and we really found Lily in the kind of overlapping of our stories and of who we are. And she's her own thing. Barbie isn't playing me, she's playing herself as this character, which is, I think, why it's so incredibly beautiful.
Yes. And so the story is autobiographical, and I think that is so beautiful.
Yeah,
Say
yeah. Semi-autobiographical.
Yeah,
Yeah,
semi-autobiographical.
yeah, yeah.
And how did writing the story and turning it into a feature film kind of expand your own life-changing experience?
It's funny because when I was writing it, I was like, I'm healed, I'm done, I did it, I can write about it. And I didn't realize what a journey healing is, and that it's not linear, and that there would be more and more steps, and there was so much of that was happening when we were shooting, and then a whole nother level now, and I get to see this with audiences, and it's so beautiful. So I think the biggest thing I've been learning is that it continues, and you just got to keep showing up for it and be open to whatever life is teaching you, at every stage.
Absolutely. And there are so many moments in the film, kind of both with what's happening on screen, but also some of the music choices and just the beauty of everything together that gave me the same thrill that like adventure movies give me. And just kind of knowing that like Lily was just on this life-changing trajectory. What do you want audiences to take away when the credits roll and they leave Bob Trevino Likes It?
I think, there's magic in everyday occurrences, and that's something we really work to do with the music as well, to make these small connections, to remember how magical they are. It's magical that I'm talking to you right now, and how do we even find each other, and people you meet on, on the street, like it's magical. So I think we kind of tend to forget how beautiful the people around us and our connections with other humans are. And so I just hope that this will help you see people, not just look at people, but see people and allow
Yeah.
yourself to be seen, and realize you don't have to be perfect. It's okay if you're a little broken. We all need each other, and there is hope. And this people say, oh, this is so, positive and everything. It couldn't have happened in real life, but this movie wouldn't have happened unless it happened in real life. So we not only can we live in that world, but we do live in that world if we choose to see it that way.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, thank you so much for chatting with me. I
Oh.
wish we could talk for 10 more minutes,
Thank you
but
so much, Chloe.
congratulations. Yes, have such a good weekend.
You too. Thank you.